Cammile Adams in lane 4, and below her in lane 5 is just 16 years old Cassidy Bayer, already 4th in the 100 fly at these trials, going a personal best. So Adams, the veteran, 24 years old. Below her is the 16-year-old Bayer.
Pretty slow first 2 heats. 16th place right now is 2:10.7 seeded wise to get in the finals, and 2:11 was second in the last heat, Ruby Martin. So it's really been fairly pedestrian as far as times right now. So Cammile Adams could really get a view of what happened here, and one of the best moments for me personally and Kazan last summer was see her getting that silver medal and the great excitement she showed after winning that medal.
The 16-year-old Cassidy Bayer had the lead. Adams was pretty far back in the 6th position, as Cassidy, who swims for the nation's capital swim club, setting the early pace. And you can see Adams above her. If you're trying to figure out where the lane lines are, you look at the blue and white lane lines. The top one is lane 4, the bottom one is lane 5, and that's usually where all the action is. So Bayer continues to lead at the halfway mark.
Adams was 3rd at the 100, and you can tell the difference in these 2 heats that we're watching. Worrell likes to go out, and this is going to be very interesting as we move on to the semis and perhaps the finals to see the 2 different race strategies that these 2 swimmers will have. Cammile comes off the pace. Kelsey likes the lead from the beginning.
Yeah, we just showed you that finishing speed by Adams in the World Championships when she took the silver medal, and seeing a little bit of it on display right now. And look at Adams pulling ahead of Bayer after that final turn.
Boy, she's looking very good. You notice how she has that side breathing, which requires a lot of shoulder strength, a lot of flexibility in the neck muscles, but still kind of juts that chin forward, looking pretty good. And Bayer keeps looking over, and Bayer's going to have no problem moving on as well.
Adams, who was 6th after the first 50, is going to win by almost a body length over Cassidy Bayer, who was 2nd. And it was Jen Markin of the Cavalier Swimming Club down there in lane 6 who was 3rd.
Watch her breathe to the side. You see that she just tucks her chin to the left a little bit. She manages her energy so well, though, Dan, in this event. She's very patient. She's got a bit of a bit arm recovery. It gives her that soft entry out in front. Very little tension in the shoulders, and then from underwater, watch the head, boom, it disappears. But trust me, it's right along the surface of the waters, as well as those hips, just kind of moving right along in that undulating fashion right along the surface. And then finishes strong, and you'll know that there's no doubt if she's close with 15 meters left to go, if she's behind, you better watch out for Cammile Adams.
So we've just gotten word that Cammile Adams, after we thought she won the heat, has been disqualified, and apparently, Rowdy, the infraction came at the 150 mark. Michelle Tafoya was just about ready to interview her. She got the news, headed immediately down the stairs, and this is a shocking development. Again, it happened at the 150 mark. What happened? They're saying, I guess, that she was on her back and not on her belly?
There's no way. Watch when she turns. Her head is actually pointing to the side. You see her right there? You could tell the fact that when she's coming off the wall, her eyes are pointing to the side. There is no way she's on her back coming off the wall. I cannot believe they made that call. I've never seen anything like this.
For more, let's send you down to Michelle.
Well, you see David Marsh there, and they're expecting him to protest this call. I spoke with Dave Coddington, who is the meet referee, and he said if she is past vertical when her feet leaves the wall, meaning she's more toward her back than toward her breast, she needs to be on her breast when her feet leave the wall. And if she was more toward her back, and that's what the deck referee agreed to, then that is the ruling. But as you can see, we're expecting that to be protested, guys.
Yes, there is a jury of appeal. There is an appeal process, but at the moment, these are the top 16 who make it into the semifinal. Adams had the best time. Now Flickener shows the best time up there. But again, there's an appeal process, and you can bet Dave Marsh, Cammile Adams, and company are going to pursue this to the end. So we will find out as we continue with these trials. This is the moment where she found out about it. All smiles, thinking I've got the top time. Suddenly, shock here in Omaha for the Olympian in this event 4 years ago. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. This just a moment ago, Cammile Adams realizing that she is not disqualified. And this was the scene just a moment ago in the video replay room. You can see Frank Bush, the national team director, there in the background. And so as they took a closer look at it, Rowdy, they agreed with you. No infraction off the wall for Cammile.
Here she is, Dan. When she comes into the wall, you can see her breathing to the side right there. There is no way her eyes are pointing toward the top of the screen. And that means her shoulders don't do it because the head is locked in with the shoulders. Again, if you watch her right there come into the wall, you can see as she comes in and takes that last stroke there, there's no way those shoulders go past vertical. They can go straight up and down. They can't go past the vertical. And she didn't do that. Good call on overturning it.